and unexpected redemption. It began on a rainy Thursday evening. The storm outside clapped like war drums, but the sound that echoed through Chief Adebowale's mansion wasn't thunder. It was the sound of a man gasping for breath. He stumbled down the stairs, one hand clutching his chest, the other reaching toward the long hallway where his children slept. His lips moved, calling Dara, Tunji, before collapsing against the wall. In the shadows of the staircase, Sika stood silently, her silk robe brushing the marble floor, eyes cold. Her lips curved into a smile, far too early. But this wasn't the end. It was only the unraveling. Chief Adebowale was known throughout Lagos and beyond. He had built his wealth from the dust of hard work, rising from a roadside cassava merchant to owning fleets of haulage trucks and digital logistics networks. A man of honor, loved by his employees and respected by his peers. But life had not spared his heart. His wife, Amaka, a kind woman with laughter that filled a room, had died 3 years prior from a sudden stroke. Since then, Adebowale lived only for two things: his children. Dara, his teenage daughter, was fiery and brilliant, often arguing politics at dinner. Tunji, younger, quieter, was the watcher, the one who noticed everything. Friends begged Adebowale to remarry. "A man like you shouldn't be alone," they said. But he resisted until she came. Her name was Sika. She arrived like a mystery wrapped in velvet. She said she had grown up in a Christian orphanage in Ghana and worked in nonprofit sectors helping widows and orphans. Her beauty was undeniable: smooth skin the color of deep honey, eyes that danced when she smiled, and a voice that seemed to melt the tension in the air. She met Chief Adebowale at a charity banquet. From that day forward, she appeared everywhere. At his church, at his favorite cafe, even at the hospital fundraisers his late wife once organized. Always warm, always helpful. Within 6 months, they were married. That was when things changed. Sika moved to the house with her tailored dresses, designer perfumes, and carefully painted innocence. She was polite to the children, but too polite. Plastic smiles, sugar-coated threats. She replaced the house staff. She called Dara too stubborn and Tunji too slow. Then came the announcement. She was pregnant. Adebowale was overjoyed. He saw it as a second chance at happiness. "A son?" he whispered, tears in his eyes. Dara felt her stomach twist. Tunji just stared at Sika, long and hard. One night, unable to sleep, Tunji wandered toward the kitchen. He stopped just as he heard her voice, sharp, hushed, wicked. "Once I give birth, the old fool is done. The poison is working already. A few more doses in his stew, and the empire is mine. My baby will be the heir. Dara and Tunji will be on the streets, just like their mother." Tunji backed away, heart pounding. He didn't cry. He recorded everything the next day, whispering into his old iPod and slipping it beneath her bed when she went out. Over the next 2 weeks, he and Dara worked together. They found a recording of her talking to a man on the phone. "Yes, my love, our son will carry your name. Then the estate will be ours. Adebowale won't make it past his next birthday." The children sent the recordings anonymously to their father, who had already started feeling strange symptoms: chest pain, fatigue, nausea. His doctor found small traces of digitalis in his bloodstream, an uncommon plant toxin used in some herbal mixtures but deadly when overdosed. Adebowale, though heartbroken, planned quietly. That night, Sika served him a bowl of his favorite pepper soup. Before touching it, he asked gently, "Where did you say you grew up again?" She smiled. "St. Raphael's Orphanage, Kumasi." He nodded. "I spoke to the director. She's never heard of you." Her smile froze. Guards stepped in from the hallway. Dara entered holding her phone. Tunji followed. They played the recording. Every word, every plan, every lie. Sika's eyes turned wild. Her voice cracked, but it was over. Sika was arrested. The baby was born later and placed under the care of social services. DNA tests revealed the child wasn't Chief Adebowale's. The man on the phone? A con artist wanted in 3 states. The media called it the widow's web, a scandal that rocked the elite. But for Chief Adebowale, what mattered most was not the betrayal, it was what he almost lost. He rewrote his will, put every asset in a trust for Dara and Tunji. He built a scholarship in his wife's name, and he started smiling again. One day, he told his children, "Thank you for saving my life, and for saving me from a lie I wanted to believe." And that mansion, once silent, echoed once more with the sound of real laughter, the kind that no poison could ever kill.